Welcome back to the Complicated Art Man channel. I am the Complicated Art Man. Stage 1 resin process went off awesome. So right now I got one board all taped off, ready to go. Today what we're going to do is we're going to get into some border work. We're going to work on these borders, make them all nice and pretty. And then, well, by the way, look at these reflections. Wow. I mean, come on, that's pretty impressive. We're gonna do the border work, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish off the stars and stripes with some ghosting action, and then we'll be done for today. Last thing we'll have to do is one last resin pour for the final clear coat, and this project will be diggity done. I feel really good today. I'm nice and prepared today. I got my brushes ready to go, got my H2O, I got my palette all nice and prepped, ready to go for this border work. And unlike the other day, ready to do some efficient work. All right, guys, without further ado, let's get to work. By the way, guys, look who's back. Guess who's back? Haha, the thumbtacks are back. Another little bonus on the thumbtacks is that I can hold them like this while I'm working on them. So that's pretty cool. I'm just taking the brush and dancing it around the borders here. I'm just dabbing these colors in, making sure my whole palette is well represented and balanced out throughout the borders. The brush is dirty. I have a multitude of things going on there with the colors, but it works out well that way, especially because of the camo pattern deal. Always keep the brush moving around when you're doing stuff like this. You don't want to overwork one certain area. Basically, that's kind of what we got going on there today. So we're going to hit all the borders on all 4 boards, and then we're going to come back later after they're all taped off, and we're going to do some ghosting. It's been a long day here at Complicated Art Man, and whoever tells you that working with tape and straight lines is easy, it is not easy. And it's not my favorite thing. I don't like to work with lines. I like to work free-flowing, all over the place, abstract. But I got 3 out of the 4 boards done, and I used pretty much every piece of equipment you see back here. These are all the tools I used. Once again, I'm amazed by how many different tools you can go through just to do one part of a project. I'm going to finish the 4th board tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and do the ghosting and the stenciling of the stars, and then all we got is a resin drop, and this project will be diggity done. So it's your boy Complicated Art Man, and that's all I got for now. I'm done. See ya. Alright guys, I got my boards all tape masked and taped off. I've got my gloves, I'm gloved up, I got my mask, I got my paints, and I'm ready to work prepared and efficiently. P&E. Let's do it. Fresco's tip: when ghosting your pieces, lightly spray above your work area using nice even strokes. I got my first board done. As you can see, I've ghosted on a nice thin layer, nice and smooth and even. I'm going to zip on next through these 3. Then we're going to do the stenciling of the stars. And lastly will be our final coat of resin. Remember, always apply with nice, smooth, even strokes. Do not overwork any one area unless that is your specific intention for your project. Also, do not apply super thick layers as it will cover your previous artwork. All right, y'all, I got all 4 of the boards done. They're ghosted. Look at the difference. Look how the focal point of the piece is gonna pop once we put the stars in there. Came across this while I was doing some QC. I just should have done that prior. So we have this area right here that we're gonna have to touch up. No big deal, I'm just gonna hit it with a quick couple little blasts of spray and that problem will be fixed real quick. We got the boards all ghosted in. Let's pull back the covers and see what we got. All right, here we go, guys. All right, looks pretty good, pretty good. This one looks really good. See what we got here. Looking really good. Looks like we really don't have any touch-up work to do. There was no overspray that carried over. Even if there was, and here's a Fresco's tip for you, you can take a little bit of paint thinner and just on a rag and just lightly in round circular motions just kind of pull it off. Always being cautious not to dig into your layer of resin. Just lightly pull it off. It'll come right off. Let's see what we got here with the big boy. Once again, looking good. We did a nice masking off job and no overspray here. You can see where the focal point of your art piece is really gonna pop once we stencil in the stars because we smoked off this whole area. Let's get to some flag stenciling. With this technique, I'm ghosting the spray paint straight up and down. This will eliminate any streaking outside of the stencil. When ghosting in the stars, you want to be pretty high up, probably about 12 to 16 inches up away from the work. That'll eliminate that shadowy thickness of the stars. All right, guys, here's a little Fresco's tip. Some of these stars got a little thick and they look a little shadowy, not like really solid and stenciled in. So I hit them with a little ALCL 91 and let it sit for a little bit, and I just came back and erased them out. I just used some odorless paint thinner, dropped it in there, wiped it off, and boom, do over. Make sure you use odorless paint thinner if you want to keep your friends around. I'm gonna hit them again with the stencil and they should be good to go. Welcome back, y'all. I am the Complicated Art Man. So our flag project is going awesome. We have 2 out of the 4 flags already stenciled in and resin poured. We're gonna do the other 2 flags today and then this project will be finito. But first, let's take a peek and see what we got going on under here, all right? Guys, these pieces look fantastic. Look at these reflections. Wow, I'm pretty impressed. I even got a chance to touch up one of my other pieces, my Tres Palmas y Tormenta piece, and it came out pretty good as well. So I'm pretty happy about that. All right, guys, let's move on. Let's drop some resin and try to get this project wrapped up. Boom. And away we go. Glove change. So we're gonna hit these with the torch, get some of these bubbles out, see what happens. What I'm doing right here is just dropping excess resin along the sides to ensure proper coverage and no dead zones. All right, guys, we're gonna get into some quick ghosting action. We'll do a little chopping with our chopstick, and then we're gonna cover these bad boys up. Bam! torching going on right now. We got a lot of chemicals working in this mix. We have resin, Rain-X, ALCL91, a lot of bubbles, a lot of torching. Check it out. You want to get down low and get it from a very low perspective so you can see where the bubbles are at. The resin's starting to cure, so making it a little bit more difficult to pop some of these bubbles, but they're popping. Just got to be careful that you don't burn your resin. It'll get super gnarly on you. All burnt yellow and crispy. We don't want that. We don't want burnt yellow and crispy here at Complicated Art Man. Haha! Shameless plug. Okay, I'll reload it. Got me a little dead zone right here. Sneaky little biatch. Drip a little bit of resin on it, really soft, really softly. It'll level itself out and everything should be okay. I'm gonna hit it with the torch right here just to loosen it up a little bit. Open the resin back up. See that? I just kissed it with a little drop of resin. Gave it a little resin kiss. All right guys, things look pretty good here. I've torched the hell out of these guys and the bubbles. I think it's as good as it gets right now. I want to cover these things up before the debris starts settling in on them, little pieces of dust and little hairs and stuff. So in the meantime, please go check out my blog, complicatedartman.com/blog. Hit me up with some comments. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know any questions you have about resining or some of the techniques I'm doing. Please comment, ask me questions. I'll answer them for you. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go make a sandwich. Peace out, guys. Fire. Welcome back to the Complicated Art Man channel. I am the Complicated Art Man. All right, guys, I got the silly hat on. You know what that means. This project is donezies. The flag project is done. These guys look amazing. Let's put all 4 pieces on the table and take a closer look, shall we? Come on. And look at Old Glory. I mean, come on, guys. Look at how great she looks. You know, I can't help but mention how satisfied I am with the results that I got out of this flag project. Look at this guy. It's got like a splashy, like a water splash effect going all around it. And I did that simply by adding another little layer of resin once it had dried. I just dropped the foam roller over it, back and forth, and then just let it do what it was gonna do. So that piece came out pretty cool. Onto this one. Look at that. Betsy Ross looking awesome. Look at those reflections. Pretty cool. All in all, really satisfied with the project. Couple notes. One day I had a really long day that I probably should have cut a little bit shorter. Things got a little bit crazy around here, Complicated Art Man, but I managed to finish that day without any major hurdles. Guys, I can't emphasize enough how important it is to work P-N-E, prepared and efficiently. Try not to work under duress or under any time constraints. Give yourself a big window, a few hours to work with, especially if you're just doing a resin project. Don't waste resin, especially 16 ounces of resin. I couldn't believe that happened to me today. It happened to me once before, many years ago, and I completely forgot when working with probably more than 16 to 20 ounces of resin. If you're not pouring it all right away, it has the tendency to solidify. It kind of starts cooking and then it is done. So don't let that happen to you like it happened to me. All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed the flag project video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, anything you might have seen, during the video you want to let me know about, please do it right down in the comments. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, come on guys, click on it. Show the Complicated Art Man some love. Just click it, click it, click, 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 click it. Tell all your friends. Please subscribe. Ring the bell if you haven't rung the bell yet. Ding, ding. So until next time, my friends, you know what to do. Stay creative and keep on painting. Complicated Art Man out. Cheers. Thanks for watching the video. Please visit me at complicatedartman.com, on Instagram alfresh22. Complicated Art Man, making art uncomplicated, one piece at a time.